Whoopi told me to she said, y'all go out there and have fun. She said, the more fun you all have, the more fun the audience has.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No. Nope. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. It is the one and only Friday.
Yeah.
It is. I tried to contain myself. I wanted to scream it out loud, but I'm just going to chill.
How's everybody doing? You're a little frazzled? You're doing okay?
No, I'm good. I just wanted to be happy about Friday. I screamed to Kelly already in the bathroom earlier.
Well, the way
She
your
knows
week
it's Friday.
started, you've had a good week.
Yeah, you have.
It was a solid week.
So
solid week for Granger.
Yes.
All right,
Nothing
so
about me. Cool.
Al's also
I don't
here.
need your pity. Happy Friday now. Okay.
Good job, Al. All right, are you all as excited for the Oscars as we are this weekend? It's happening Sunday night, but it turns out a lot of the celebs who are hoping to attend are suffering from something called swab sweat, which was the name of my first band. You know, from the nasal swabs, some are said to be panicking, worrying that they'll miss the event while waiting for 2 negative PCR tests, which are required to attend. It's still unclear if Kenneth Branagh will be able to go. He is up for Best Director for Belfast. He tested positive last week and is still reportedly in isolation while waiting for a negative test.
In a great suit.
He always looks sharp. Now, how would you handle, I would have a lot of swab sweat. How would you handle, like, I have to, because I would really want to go. What would you guys do? Isolation?
Even if it's like the circumstances aren't as high as the Oscars, whenever I take a test for anything, I'm always like wondering what's going to happen. Even if I know, like, there's no way that it could be one result, I'm just sitting there like,
what is
just
it?
like, it's a thing. And I think when you take it so often, like I'm sure these celebrities are for other events and different things that they do every day, it's like you feel like you're going to get a false positive at some point.
God, wouldn't that be
and you're
the
like,
worst?
hopefully the Oscars is not the day.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's a 2 PCR test. Now, you said something that made me think of a question I want to ask you. I hope it's not offensive.
No.
But when you took your pregnancy test, did you ever feeling that you might be, or like how nervous were you to take that, or did you kind of think?
No, I took 2 in a row because I didn't believe it at first, and I was like trying not to believe it as I was enjoying my rum punch on vacation, and then I realized like I have to accept the fact that I'm not seasick. I'm actually pregnant.
Oh, that's so
yes, luckily the baby's all good and everything's okay, but I really didn't know until I got home and took the test.
I can't believe you had rum punch like you're.
No, it didn't. It didn't. Oh, I was in Jamaica, so it was appropriate.
I thought you were like, here we go.
I wasn't just at home chugging rum punches. Let me be clear.
Listen, we all got to start the day somewhere. You know,
Exactly. All right. This year, as you guys know, the Oscars are hosted by 3 of the funniest women in Hollywood. I was asked, but I'm here, busy. Kelly, you don't have to laugh that hard.
You're the funniest woman in Denver.
I don't think I am.
To me.
Lindsay, Amy Schumer is, of course, going to be there, Wanda Sykes, and Regina Hall. So how are they preparing? So Amy Schumer was asked on Ellen. She dressed like Ellen, of course. She asked for her advice. She even showed up dressed like her. She said she's not nervous, Amy, but she's excited. Ellen's advice was just to have some fun. Past Oscar host Whoopi also gave Regina Hall some similar advice. Take a look at this.
Whoopi told me to she said, y'all go out there and have fun. She said, the more fun you all have, the more fun the audience has.
Wrap it up, we want to go home. Same thing with Jimmy Kimmel. If the room is having fun, it's a great show. He said, so have fun.
Wanda also promised there would be some jabs aimed at the stars, but said they're not going to trash anyone. It'll be satire, but not mean-spirited. Is that good or bad? I like when Ricky Gervais is a little mean, or Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, and I know the Golden Globes are a little bit more jabby, but is it going to go and drinky? Are we going to go too soft? Are we worried about that as a comic? Are you worried it's going to go a little too woke? And I hate using that in that way.
Yeah, I don't even know if the word woke is the right word. I think what's
soft.
The worst thing that could possibly happen to comedy, Lindsay, is that it's just fine. I think that's what's going to happen. There's sometimes when you hear a joke, it hits you in a place that it's so unexpected that a noise comes out of you that you did not mean to make. And I don't know if we're headed down that road with the discussions we're having about comedy on the way to comedy. You can't do that. That's not the way you have fun. When you're going to a nightclub and you're 24 with all your friends piled in the car, do you talk about how we're going to locate our phones and our coats at the end of the evening? No, you let the evening take place, and whatever happens, and trying to talk it out, Lindsay, I feel like is a recipe for fine.
I just feel like those 3 women are some of the funniest people, and to allow them to be freely who they are comically, I think we would see a way better show. I'm nervous. I wasn't nervous. I was like, oh, they're probably going to figure it out. But once we talked about it this morning with Al, I was like, oh man, this could be like really, when somebody's towing the line. Like, I've seen comedy movies that have been written in the last 5 years, and you know that they're specifically trying not to offend anybody instead of offending everybody equally, and then they're walking this line and correcting themselves throughout each joke in the film, and it's like, you kind of know the line. I don't know, because it's hard, because I don't want to be the group that's offended either, or the person that gets picked on either. Right.
I remember one of my teachers saying in stand-up that the audience can't really enjoy themselves if the host is nervous, right? And so I don't want to see them tight. I don't want to see them holding back. That would be a real disservice. But I know what you mean. In this social climate, I also wouldn't want to be the one to do it. I also think they're going to do 3 acts. So it's going to be Amy, and then Regina Hall, and then it's going to be Wanda Sykes. So 3 hosts, 3 different acts, and they're going to have their own act each. So that might be interesting.
I feel like we just overcorrected. It's just like,
we're on the pendulum.
Right, the pendulum swung so far over that it's like, all right, well, should we go back to no host?
But how do we do that? But then is that a win for us if we're doing no host? So now it's just run by a computer?
Yeah.
I would like it to be like you, Lindsay. I want it to be a host. That's the thing about stand-up and about being alive, is you're allowed to mess up sometimes without thinking, if I make a joke that misses, that I don't like women.
Yeah.
It just goes so far that I understand why these comics or singers are hesitant to say anything, because if you do, the punishment for a misspoken word it'll go on for years. It could end your career. So it's very scary.
You have to toe that line. That's true. Well, after the Oscars, lots of stars head over to the Governor's Ball. What will they be eating? Well, this year, Wolfgang Puck is teaming up with a Bronx-based culinary collective called Ghetto Gastro. The menu will include Maine lobster pot pie. There's also a waffle with fried chicken and spicy Sovereign syrup. And finally, for dessert, stars can snack on a chocolate sea salt Oscar eclair.
Oof.
All of that sounds, first of all, delicious, but also get this. They're going to also have fava beans.
I only think, yeah,
right?
They were ruined by that
They're
movie.
ruined by Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
And they will have pistachio and rosewater pillow cakes, as well as an option for dessert.
Sounds like something you'd find in the hood. Yeah, I mean, Lindsay, I know a lot of people have issues with the name.
You're talking about Ghetto Gastro.
I looked it up. It's a black-owned company, and it's like so interesting. I thought about this ever since George Carlin said this. He made a joke, and it's funny we're talking about comics.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He made a joke about guns, and he said we're going to get rid of the fake toy guns and keep the real ones. And like the absurdity of that, and the absurdity of people getting upset about the name Ghetto Gastro, but also not being upset enough to like understand that there is a ghetto and how that happened and how economically that was on purpose and how do we fix that. We'd rather just change the name and deal with the semantics rather than the more difficult issue.
And I'm happy to support a black business. I was a little put off without realizing that it was a black business, so happy to clarify that. Because if it wasn't, it would be a different conversation, a different problem. But I would also be really happy if the Oscars would do something about their diversity. I mean, the reason why I'm have a lack of interest in the show is because we saw Denzel accept the award and say 40 years since Sidney Poitier. We saw Halle Berry accept the award, and 20 years later, nobody else black has won Best Actress. It's just like really whack, for a better word, that nobody of color is receiving these awards. And there's so many talented people out there. A lot of the films and the things that I love are not even acknowledged. Not even acknowledged. And I'm sure they submitted their names for nominees. And so, you know, it's just frustrating, like how long is this going to get dragged out? But I'm so happy that the hosts are two women of color, and that they can probably speak to that. But it's enough of the parody in the monologue in the beginning, like actually do something about it.
Yeah, not just, Ghetto Gastro, exciting. Very
then
exciting.
that's not really the thing.
Yeah, right.
And I'm happy to support black business, but also do that.
Yeah, like we got to do more and that, exactly. All right, coming up on DBL, our interview with Blair from The Facts of Life. Lisa Whelchel, is a reboot in the works. We have a good inside info. And a comedian in the crowd does an impromptu stand-up show when things go wrong at a movie theater. This is such a Tory move. How'd she do? We'll find out next.
Closed captioning provided by...
This March, connect with Al, Lindsay, Erica, Jeff, and Tori. Exciting! Real conversations are on DBL.
Man, you guys want all the smoke with these hard questions.
Yeah. DBL, all new every day. Okay, so we're about to talk about this woman who went to the movie theater. Movie didn't work, and she did an impromptu. We're already starting to talk about it. She also wore like a particularly good-looking dress, as our executive producer said. Might it have been premeditated? I don't know if it was, but whatever. We're very excited to talk about that with her. By the way, get this. One of the other things that they're having is cigar and waffle wavy, which is waffle, fried chicken, and spicy sovereign syrup. I don't know what sovereign syrup is. Does anyone? Well, now I don't have an answer, so we'll never know. Desserts are peanut butter and jelly macarons, pistachio and rosewater pillowcakes, which sound disgusting, by the way. Mini apple pie croissant, milk and cookie bar, and chocolate sea salt Oscar eclairs.
I looked at their website. First of all, they have a great picture with Wolfgang Puck
I
and
love
all
Wolfgang.
the guys from Ghetto Gastro. Is that,
Yeah.
And this must be a big deal because everything on their website is sold out.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And
like
Lindsay,
a tire? Or they're selling like
their picture. One dude has his shirt off in the. It's a great. It's like a.
let me
it's like
go
an
check this
album
out.
cover from like the 70s.
Everybody,
Yes,
and
and
Wolfgang's famous for Spago in like Beverly Hills, but he's a really cool dude.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking about too is just like because they're young men of color, and I'm looking at Wolfgang. You look at the optics, older white guy, but I was like, it makes so much sense that like these two people in different parts of their career would collaborate and just each have a different skill set and learn from each other.
learn
It
from
makes
each other.
so
Absolutely.
much sense. Don't
You
the
know-
waffles look amazing?
Yeah.
His
They have
wife.
a tea pack, in case you want to know what kind of stuff they sell.
Oh, what's a tea pack?
Like you can get different teas.
Oh, like an actual
T-shirts.
Oh,
Yeah, they sell actual
t-shirts.
things.
Oh, I thought you meant tea bags.
Me too.
Oh no, like that would be nice. I love English breakfast tea. So that would be
English breakfast is the worst flavor.
Yeah, that's not a great one.
Excuse me. Don't say that.
The worst.
No, it's not. It's like a real coffee.
Yeah, I like you. Welcome back. Some folks at a movie theater in LA got more than they bargained for. The projector went out and it took staff more than 30 minutes to fix. So in the meantime, a comedian in the audience says her 8-year-old daughter dared her to get up and perform an impromptu stand-up set. That is so brave. It's now gone viral, and here are some snippets of the act. Take a look.
I believe in Buddha. Jesus was never married. Does anybody hear chant? Nam yo ho renge kyo, 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 nam yo ho renge kyo. I look back over my life and I think things over. Stop our misery. Put us out of our misery. Oh, you want to come down here and try to entertain people? I told you not to have the baby.
I wish I was
Tori,
there. I wish I was there.
I'm not going to say a word. Tori, you're not going to say a word.
And
Lindsay, you defended this.
I am still defending it. That was, if I was at that movie theater, I probably would have paid, like, what can I pay? What tithes and offerings can I provide to you? Because this is amazing. You performed, you entertained. We were sitting there for 30 minutes in a hot theater without you sitting there. This was brilliant and hilarious. She started singing opera. Like, the wherewithal it takes to get to the front of all those people and do something like this is beyond any boldness that I've seen in quite some time. So I'm very happy to be sitting in the audience accepting this performance. Nothing's wrong with this. This is hilarious.
Let me tell you a little bit more. Comedian is named Tiffany King, okay? She told BuzzFeed News her performance was a victory against misogyny.
Can you tell the booth that they made a mistake? Comedian wasn't in quotes in the prompter. Look.
What do you mean? Millions of people are seeing this.
Yeah, that's not.
She's going to be a comedian.
People can see a lot of things. That doesn't mean they're great, Lindsay. And I hope you have the same energy when a crazy person gets on the subway and starts singing.
Well, actually, let me tell you, as somebody who grew up in New York, when anybody gets on the subway, it's all annoying as a New Yorker. But when somebody makes me laugh, oh, I'm giving them $5 or $10, whatever it is. Oh, well, excuse me, I ain't rolling in dough, so I'm giving them what I got.
That's a lot of money. I'll just say this, Lindsay. And matter of fact, I'm going to let the video speak for itself. At the end of her performance, some of the audience had some commentary. Let's listen.
Oh no.
Thank you. I'm on Tiffany King, TikTok. I'm also a psychic medium on the side.
Did she say she's a psychic medium?
She said she's a psychic medium, and some guy goes, oh. And that's what happens to the audience, Lindsay, when you
Did you hear the applause, though, that you disregarded?
People were happy she was done. They're
No,
like,
they were
my goodness, the
thank
theater's
you.
back now.
And I know Tori is sitting at the end of the table talking when you actually enjoy psychic mediums a lot.
But not at the movie theater done by a random
Yes, if you had 30 minutes, what else would you do that 30 minutes? You're going to leave and waste your 15 bucks?
No, I have a phone.
So you would rather scroll on the phone than be entertained by some unique comedian?
Unique? Is that what we're
Yes.
Have you seen any other comic talents anywhere but in a captured audience like that? No.
You act like they're captive. They could have went to this stand and got some popcorn. They didn't have to sit there.
I think they were stunned by how terrible she was. Lindsay, I really do appreciate you trying to get her back. I will hire this woman.
I think that to get up there, you got to be a certain level of bold, and I'm happy that
I will fly this woman out.
I'll help you. I'll split the flight.
Tiffany, you are welcome on this panel. Is that right? To our producers?
Yeah, they're like, no one said that. No.
He's like, cut it. Coming up on DBL Music, we talk about the fabulous Lisa Whelchel from The Facts of Life. What was it like working with George Clooney in his younger years?
I've never really.
Every day, we help you separate fact from fiction in a world full of misinformation. And we ask you to text us your questions. And like you, we get a lot of spam texts. So we're going to show you some ways to identify a scam text message. Our sources are cybersecurity firm Proofpoint, the Federal Trade Commission, the FBI, AT&T, and Amazon. We're going to focus on smishing scams since they make up the bulk of scam messages. Smishing is a combination of SMS for text and phishing. Cyber experts say scammers often try to impersonate well-known companies or the government. Take this example, claiming to be from California's Employment Development Department, or EDD. Here's the first warning sign. It comes from a random phone number that's not registering on caller ID. In this case, it's a Minnesota area code for a message about California. The message also has an urgent tone that tries to make you act without thinking. Third, there are punctuation problems, and the text capitalizes the wrong words. Official texts are usually more professional. Finally, there's the link at the end, which has a URL based in Grenada and doesn't go to an official .gov site. If you do get a suspected spam text, verify it by contacting the sender using a trusted method. If it turns out to be a scam, the FTC says the best thing you can do is report it to your cell phone carrier. Never respond to the message or click on any links. This includes replying no or stop, because the BBB warns it tells a scammer they have an active phone number. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
She is timeless, she's classy, she's been on your TV screen since the late 70s, and that's a fact of life. Yes. Our next guest dished all about facts of life and the new season of Collector's Call. Check out our interview with the iconic Lisa Whelchel. Welcome, Lisa.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we have to get straight into George Clooney. He joined Facts of Life, of course, a couple seasons in. And I just wanted to know, how did the dynamic of your really close girls group change once Clooney entered the picture?
Kuwait Times. The peak scale press doesn't do it for you?
I've been living there the past couple of years. I just like to keep up.
What were you doing in Kuwait?
I was working for an American company building hot tubs for Kuwaiti homes.
We filmed 9 seasons. He joined the 7th, 8th, and 9th season. So we've been kind of really just inundated, saturated with estrogen. So to have a little dose of testosterone show up, and not just a little dose, but a pretty hefty dose of testosterone show up, was a wonderful addition.
I agree. Did anyone have the biggest crush? If I would have been there, it would have been me. Was there someone who just like crushed hard on Clooney?
He was cute back then, but he really has aged well. So I don't think, if I had known like how well he was going to age, I probably would have worn makeup to rehearsal a little bit more often.
He's like cheese or wine. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, that's a problem here on set. Obviously, you can see my hosts. People remain professional, but I'm a good-looking guy like Clooney.
Oh my God.
We don't even know what to do.
They're just all keeping it inside, I'm sure.
Thanks, Lisa.
Exactly. Now, I'm going to tell you something that you already know. The live Facts of Life tribute in December was a huge success, of course. So now everybody, including myself, we want to know, is a reboot in the works?
Well, I got to tell you, it really did get people talking, and it got Sony thinking about it. And so we are in the middle of some negotiations and conversations right now. So, you know, we're keeping our fingers crossed. Nothing is a done deal until it's done.
Okay, so let's talk Collector's Call. Which sale on that show shocked you the most, and how much did it go for?
What you learn from the show is that you really can't put a price on these collections. I mean, you can, we do, we have an expert appraiser who comes, but the value is about the stories, about the hunt, about what it brings up in the collector and the viewer from childhood.
This is John Belushi's actual set chair that they used on the movie.
Wow.
The chair was given to one of John's security guys after the shoot. He in turn took it to auction, and then I bought it.
I'm a collector of like nothing. My mom collects like beautiful blue glass and Kachina dolls, so I love watching all of these shows. Do you relate to the collectors on the show?
Every single one of their collections has begun in childhood. It's something about holding on to a childhood feeling or a relationship or a memory. And since most of them are about my age, what they're collecting actually taps into my own childhood. And so, you know, I think it's one of the reasons why Facts of Life lasted so long and why people of our age still love it so much, because it just brings us back to, I don't know, maybe a simpler time.
Absolutely.
So are you more of a collector or a purger? Because I know my house is full of like tchotchkes and I want to purge them, but I think I have like a attachment to everything. So which one are you?
Yeah, I need it out.
Yeah, I'm a purger. Just because I'm the kind of weirdo that loves to move, because it means I get to kind of go through and purge everything, doesn't mean I can't appreciate and maybe live through somebody else who collects.
Have you seen any memorabilia where you're like, look, if they don't want that, I'll take that with me?
Lots and lots. But I'll have to tell you, the thing that was the toughest was last season. The collector was Charlotte Rae, who played Mrs. Garrett's real son, and he brought her collection of things that she had collected over 50, 60 years in show business. And she had a pennant, an Eastland pennant from the set. oh man, I wanted to slip that into my purse and take it home. But, you know, he knows where I live, so I couldn't do that.
Lisa, thank you so much. We will keep an eye out for that Facts of Life reboot. Seriously, we're all super excited about it. But in the meantime, DBL Nation, don't forget to catch the season 3 premiere, which she said is amazing, of The Collector's Call, March 27th on MeTV. It's been such a pleasure chatting with you. We'll be right back. Thanks. Lisa.
Thank you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
American astronaut Mark Vande Hei is planning to come back to Earth on March 30th after spending nearly a year in space on the International Space Station. But he'll need a seat on a Russian spacecraft. NASA's reliance on the Russian space agency Roscosmos started years ago when the U.S. ended its space shuttle program, and well before the U.S. imposed sanctions on Russia because of its invasion into Ukraine. Now, a video showing that cosmonauts left Vande Hei behind on the ISS is going viral. So, let's verify. Did Russia leave an American astronaut behind in space? Our sources are NASA, Roscosmos, and Russian news agency RIA Novosti. The video was first posted to Telegram by RIA Novosti on March 5th and shows 2 Russian cosmonauts waving goodbye to American Vande Hei. The caption, in Russian, calls this video a joke. A week later, the head of Roscosmos called the suggestion that his agency would leave an American astronaut behind hysterical. NASA confirmed to verify both Russian and American astronauts are still on the ISS, and both nations are committed to their research.
We are not getting any indications at a working level that our counterparts are not committed to ongoing operation of the International Space Station.
So it's false that Russia left an American astronaut behind in space. Roscosmos will bring Vande Hei to its spaceport in Kazakhstan later this month, where NASA will meet him and fly him to Houston. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
This March, connect with Al, Tori, Erica, Jeff, and Sam. Oh my gosh, lively discussions.
Absolutely is not essential.
Yes, it is. Fun guests. Are you a drummer? Oh, yes, buddy!
Yeah.
Always bringing the laughs.
Can me or Jeff host? I'm out.
Real conversations are on DBL.
Man, you guys want all the smoke with these hard questions.
Yeah. DBL, all new, every day.
Welcome back. Today we are debunking popular myths about car safety and maintenance. That's today's Auto Alert, sponsored by my favorite, Oxcar Care. I like that a lot. Myth number 1, driving in sandals is illegal.
What about mandals?
Is it? I thought it was. It's actually false, although it's dangerous. There are no laws preventing it, but I was always told don't do it.
Not if you have like the thong sandal, it's pretty tight.
Yeah. Myth number 2, premium gas is the best. Not always true. Only certain cars require premium gas, so if your car does not, you're wasting your money. Myth number 3, you must warm up your cold car when it's cold outside. Here's the truth. Most cars need only 30 seconds to warm up.
Are they only talking about 2022s?
That's true.
Right.
Come on, little one. And myth number 4, coffee or opening the window will stop fatigue for you in the road. Actually, there is no quick cure for fatigue. Driving sleepy is just as dangerous as being under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Oxcar Care is dedicated to providing you with an amazing auto protection plan experience that works with your budget. If you're looking for better car care, give them a call at 1-800-211-3448.
That last one, driving sleepy. As a comic that used to be broke on the road and I had to get to my next spot, but you'd be tired. I vary a lot of near misses where you know for a fact you were asleep for a little while.
God.
It's terrifying. So
Very
yes,
scary.
if you're sleepy, pull over, get a hotel. Keep it going till tomorrow.
And also maybe check for sleep apnea. My dad fell asleep at the wheel. Turned out he had apnea. So make sure you get a good test for that.
That's a big deal.
What a lovely way to end on sleep apnea. DBL is new every day.
Don't drive sleepy.
We will.
And don't do stand up in the movie theater unless
Definitely
Lindsay's
do
there.
it. If I'm
See
there,
you Monday.
please
They won't
do.
even let me go.
$5 waiting for you.
Don't be a hater.
Even Buddha. Jesus was never married. They made her chant.